there, my name is Jen. Today I'm going to be performing a neurologic assessment on you. Could you tell me your name and date of birth?
I'm Sandy Smith. My date of birth is 11/11/11.
Perfect. Before we begin, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, I'm going to wash my hands with some sanitizer. All right, so the first test I'm going to do is for cranial nerve number 2, your optic nerve. So for this, I'm going to have you cover your eye. Okay, and I'm going to cover the matching opposite eye. I'm going to hold 2 fingers up, and I want you to look at my nose. I'm going to hold some fingers up, and I'm going to have you look at my nose the whole time, okay?
2, 4,
Okay, now cover your other eye.
4,
Okay.
1.
Okay, she wasn't supposed to look. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I am going to look at your optic nerve with a fundoscopic exam with an ophthalmoscope. Okay, so for this, okay, so I'm looking for the size, shape, color of the optic disc, and I'm going to do it in the other eye. Good. They are both equal and look normal. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do cranial nerves 3, 4, and 6, which is your oculomotor, your trochlear, and your abducens. Okay, so for this, I'm going to have you look at this object, and I'm going to have you follow the object. So for this, I'm assessing for any nystagmus or irregular eye movements. Perfect. Now I am going to check your pupillary reflex. So for that, this would normally be a pen light. I am just going to come in on the side and look for pupillary constriction. And I'm going to do it again on this side. Good. And while I'm doing the right eye, I would also be looking for the left eye to also constrict at the same time, and vice versa. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have you look at the wall behind me, and then I want you to follow this object with your eyes. Good. And I'm looking to make sure that the eyes focus inward at the same time. All right, next I'm going to do the trigeminal nerve, which is cranial nerve number 5. So for that, I'm going to have you clench your teeth, and I'm assessing the masseter muscle. Okay, now open your mouth. Okay, good. And now I'm going to assess the number 7, which is the facial nerve. So for that, I'm going to have you open and close your eyes. Okay, and I'm going to have you smile, frown, and puff out your cheeks. Okay, and I'm just assessing to make sure that the air is puffed out equally on both sides. Next thing I'm going to do is the acoustic nerve, which is cranial nerve number 8. And I'm going to go behind you. So for this test, it's called a whisper test, and I'm going to stand about an arm's length behind you. I'm going to have you cover the tragus, which is that little notch right there. And I'm going to say a combination of numbers and letters, and I want you to repeat them.
B72.
Okay. I want to have you do it to the other side. Okay. I'm going to say
G6Q.
Perfect. All right. Now I am going to check cranial nerves number 9 and 10, which is your glossopharyngeal and your vagus nerve. So for that, I am going to have you stick out your tongue, and normally I would press, and I'm going to have you say ah. Okay, she's sick, so I'm not going to stick this in her mouth, but I am watching for her uvula to rise and the soft palate also to rise, and which it did. And then I would also normally touch the pharyngeal wall, avoiding the gag reflex. and make sure that there's feeling back there. Okay, cranial nerve number 10 is the spinal accessory. So for that, I am going to have you turn your head that way against pressure. Good. Good. And then number 11. Oh, I didn't, cranial nerve number 11. Oh. I forgot what that one is, but we're going to move on and go to cranial nerve number 12, which is the hypoglossal. I'm going to have you stick your tongue out and wiggle your tongue side to side. Good. And I'm looking to see that the tongue extension is midline, which it is. Perfect. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is the cerebellar nerve. So for this, I'm going to have you sit down. Put that down. Okay. So for this, I'm going to have you put your hands on your lap, like right on top of your knees, and have you move them. Touch the uppers of your hands to your legs and your palms. Okay, and I'm going to have you go faster and faster and faster. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to have you touch your nose with your finger. Touch my finger. Touch your nose. 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 Touch my finger. And touch my finger. Perfect. And now I'm going to have you take your heels and rub them down your shin. 1 and 2. Perfect. Now I'm going to have you stand up and we're going to perform a balance test. So for this, you're just going to stand with your arms by your side and close your eyes. And for 20 seconds, we are going to make sure that put your feet completely together. Perfect. Okay. Make sure that your balance is on point. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to have you sit down. So for this one, I am going to have you tell me if something, what you're feeling, okay? I'm going to do it on your lower legs, okay? What is that?
Sharp.
Okay, and how about this?
Dull.
Okay. And how about this?
Dull.
And how about this?
Sharp.
Good. And now I'm gonna have you hand me your hand. So close your eyes, and I am gonna draw a number on your hand, and I want you to tell me what number it is. Your hands are sweaty. All right, let's try it with this little doohickey.
3.
Perfect. That was the answer I was looking for. All right, I'll keep this. So now I am going to check your reflexes. So we're going to start with your bicep reflex. Okay, make a fist, make a muscle for me. Muscle, okay. So perfect. Actually, I am going to do this. There we go. Okay, now relax. There we go. Perfect. Now, same thing for this one. I don't know if you can see me. Okay. I don't think you can see me. Good. So I felt the contraction, and then the extension. Now for this, let me move my camera. I'm looking for the tendon. Right there. There we go. It's very subtle, but it's there. Okay. Relax. need to beat up your arm. There we go. Got it. All right. Now I'm gonna check your knee reflexes. They're gluteal something reflexes. Let me just make sure. Okay. All right. Relax your knees. Relax, relax, relax. And I'm gonna feel the. Oh, just take your arms up. Take your hands up. Okay. There we go. Okay, and I'm feeling for the contraction of the muscle on the muscle up here. Good. Now I am going to check your Achilles, which is back here. And I am feeling for an upward motion there and a contraction back there. There it is. That was a good one. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check your plantar reflex. And I apologize if you are ticklish because I know you are. All right, so for this one, I am going to try to relax. Sorry. Sorry. And I'm watching for the curl toe curl. Which it does a little bit. It's still there a little bit. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Susie Smith, and we look forward to the next assessment.